Observers are the perfect companion for services. And that's because Angular promotes the reactive programming. Right now, my template is getting the countdown property of my timer service. That's not reactive. Angular is checking this value every time. A best approach would be the service to tell when this value has changed. If this service signals the component that this countdown value has changed, then I clearly need observables. However, in this case, I don't want to model countdown as a simple flux of ephemeral data as countdown end. Countdown must always have a value, and that's the reason why we need behavior subjects. Okay, then from timerservice.ts we can remove the current countdown. I remove this, and then I can create a behavior subject to generate the countdown data. Private countdown source equals new behavior subject of type number, and I'm gonna set the init value to 0. This behavior subject, I have to import it from RxJS behavior subject. And always remember, because I have a lot of problems with this, that it is behavior with O, not UO. So remember, you have to spell it like American English. Okay, as before, I don't want to expose this object to the component, but only the observable. So I make a public reference, public countdown $, because it's gonna be an observable, equals this dot countdown source dot as observable. I'm gonna reorder it a little bit so it looks prettier. Subjects with subjects, observables with observables. And let's see what are the differences. A behavior subject is like a subject, but with a difference with the state. Behavior subjects always have a value. That's what I have to set an init value. When you subscribe to a behavior subject, you get the last available value. To assign a value, you also use the next method. So I can go to this countdown here. This no longer exists, but I can write this dot countdown source dot next and assign here a new value to this count that right now is 0 with this dot init. Another interesting thing of behavior subjects is that you can always get the current value, and that's what I'm going to do here in the countdown. Here, instead of this, I'm going to do this dot countdown source dot next and then reuse the current value, this dot countdown source dot get value. So I got the current value and I subtract 1 because that's what I wanted to do. And I'll do the same in process countdown source dot get value. If the value is lesser or equal to 0, I send the signal finished, otherwise I continue with the countdown. So my observable countdown is ready, and now I have to use it in the component. I could do the same as before in timer component TS, like subscribing to the observer, assign the values to a new property on the component that will be read from the template, but I'm gonna do something way better than this. All this work will be done by a pipe. Angular provides you the AsyncPipe that subscribes to an observable and returns the last emitted value. But also, when the component gets destroyed, the AsyncPipe cancels the subscription for you. So it removes all the boilerplate we have written before, as long as you use it on the template. Okay, so to access the observer flow from the template, I was using here timer countdown. Timer countdown does not exist now, but I have timer countdown $. And then to use the pipe, what I have to do is just my observable, the pipe sign, and the name of my pipe, in this case async. This way, I'm easily subscribing to my observable, and my subscription is cancelled for free when the component is destroyed. Please note that the syntax highlighter is also complaining here because I'm using this timer countdown in the progress bar. So what I can do here is just use an expression between parentheses so I can subscribe to my observable with the AsyncPipe. This way I get the updated value that I can subtract to init, and it works fine. If I see the results, if I click play, my countdown and my progress bar work as expected. The difference now, however, is that now my countdown is received through an observable in a completely reactive way. So I'm writing a more efficient code.